All right, we're going to look at lesson 9.7 today. Our essential question is, how can you write and graph ordered pairs on a coordinate grid using two numerical patterns? So yesterday we did numerical patterns where we did matched our times we were going to do it with how much it was going to take or whatever the problem was there. So today we're going to put those on a coordinate grid. Sasha is making hot cocoa for a party. For each mug of cocoa, he uses 3 tablespoons of cocoa mix and 6 fluid ounces of hot water. If Sasha uses an entire 18 tablespoon container of cocoa mix, how many fluid ounces of water will he use? The two given rules in the problem to generate the first 4 terms of the number of tablespoons of cocoa mix and number of fluid ounces. What did it say? He uses 3 tablespoons of cocoa mix and 6 fluid ounces of hot water. So what is our rule for a cocoa mix? We're going to, each time we make another cup, add 3 tablespoons. And each time we make another cup, we're going to add 6 fluid ounces of hot water. So there's your rules. Plus 3, add 3 on the cocoa mix, add 6 on the water. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill this in. So what is 3 plus 3?
6.
Plus 3 more?
9.
Plus 3 more? And then they give us 18, so we can check to see. And 18 was all that was in the container. Okay? So, okay, and this is like yesterday on some of our tables. They skip a number there at the end. You almost need to put one of those little break lines like we did on our coordinate grid. Okay, so 6 plus 6 on the water. 12. 3 times 6.
18.
4 times 6.
24.
Now, how many times did we have to take 3 times 3 to get 18?
6.
So 6 times 6 is
36.
36. Write the number pairs in ordered pairs relating the number of tablespoons of cocoa mix to the number of fluid ounces. So they said cocoa mix first, so we're going to write cocoa mix. They did 3 and 6, so you need to add 6, 12, 9, 18, and 12, 24. Okay? Let me redo that one. That was confusing.
Oh, 12, 24.
Yes, that's why we did it. Okay. Step 3. Did everybody get these ordered pairs? Now it says graph and label the ordered pairs. Then write a rule to describe how the number of pairs are related. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph them. Let's put them on here. 3, 6. I want to make my line a little thicker. Maybe it'll help. Oh, here. Maybe it'll help me make my dots better. Okay, so 3, which way do we go? The top number is always our, which axis?
Y-axis.
X-axis. Y-axis. Here it says X and Y. Okay, so we're going to go over 3 and up to 6. Then we're going to go over 6 and up to 12. We're going to go over 9 and up to 18. We're going to go over 12 and up to 24. And Then we're going to go over to 18 and up to 36. Okay? Then we're going to start at our origin and we're going to draw our line. So we're going to start at the 0 point and we're going to draw our line up through our dots. Okay, so if we look at our tablespoons to our water, what could our rule be if we have 3 tablespoons of cocoa mix and 6 fluid ounces of water? What did we have to multiply our cocoa mix by to get our 6?
33.
3 times 3 is 6?
Oh,
2. Is it true on down our pattern?
Yes.
2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 9. So our rule that we can write that relates the amount of cocoa mix to the water is multiply the number of tablespoons by 2. Multiply the number of, I'm just going to put a capital T with a period, tablespoons by 2. Okay? So Sasha will use blank fluid ounces of water if she uses the entire container. Remember, the container could hold 18 tablespoons. So how much water is she going to use?
36.
36. Fluid ounces of water. That's already written there for you, so you don't have to write that again. Okay. Says, try this. Write the final number pair as an ordered pair. So what was our ordered pair? Right here. 18 and 36. Then graph and label it, starting at the origin. Connect the points with straight line segments. What do the connected points form? What do they form? So the connected points form a line. I'm going to go to a new page so I can type this in. Okay, so on that line below the write the final number, the little purple dot, you should have wrote your ordered pair, 18, 36, and then your explanation would be the connected points form a line, which they did if you look at your graph. The y coordinate is always 2 times as great as the x coordinate. So the points will always increase by the same amount. Okay, now we switch to page 396. John is customizing an audio sound system. He needs to buy 3 1/2 feet of cable wire, but it is sold in inches. He knows there are 12 inches in 1 foot. How many inches of wire will he need? What are we going to multiply the number of feet by to get inches? He just told us right here.
Well,
Whoops. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. So we're going to multiply 1 foot times 12 would give us 12 inches. So when we multiply 2 times 12, then how many inches of wire are we going to need?
24.
And when we multiply 3 times 12,
36.
and 4 times 12,
48.
48. Okay, so that's giving us our ordered pairs. So our first ordered pair is 1 to 12, 2 to 24, 3 to 36, and 4 to 48. Okay, step 2, it says graph the ordered pairs. Connect the points. So I have 1. I'm going to go over to 1. I'm going to go up to 12. Then I have 2, and I'm going to go up to 24. I have 3, come over 3, because the first one is on the x-axis. 3, and I'm going to go up to 36. And then 4, and I'm going to go up to 48. And then it says start at the origin and make your line. Okay, so then you get a straight line segment with these that increase like that. Now remember that he only needed 3 1/2 feet of cable. So step 3 says to use the graph to find the number of inches in 3 1/2 feet. And I don't think this is on my thing, so you follow along on your paper. This is step 3 we're talking about. In the think, 3 1/2 is between the whole number what?
3 and 4.
3 and 4. So fill in 3 and 4. Okay. Then it says locate 3 1/2 on the x-axis. So here it is. We found it right here. Now it says draw a vertical line from 3 1/2 on the x-axis. That means that line's going to be straight up and down to the line that connects the ordered pairs. Now, you really shouldn't have an arrow on this, but I want to use this dotted line. So you should use a little kind of dotted line. Okay. So 3 1/2 feet is how many inches?
42.
42. You should have drawn that little dotted line at 3 1/2 feet up to where it met your straight line, and then over so you could see how many inches it is. So in step 4 on your page, it tells you to draw a line, and then it says, what is the ordered pair? So I was at the x-axis at 3 1/2, and I ended up at the y-axis as what?
42.
42. So that's your ordered pair for that. So John needs to buy how many inches of cable wire? 42. Down at the bottom of the page. 42. Now we're on page 397. I want you to go ahead and do number 1 on that page on your own. In the recording, then I'm going to do it, and I want you to check back. And then once you've checked number 1, we'll go and do number 2, and you can check number 2. Okay, once you work through number 1, here's what it should look like. Okay, this is number 2 on page 397. Go ahead and turn the recording off and try it, and then come back and check.
On Addie's